Hi, welcome to the Cedar Tree Zoom tutorial. I'm just going to take you through a few features that you may find useful if you are going to be on a Cedar Tree training course or presentation. So let's start. So to start with, when you first log into a Zoom meeting, it usually asks you for a name that you log in as. Now, if you're on a mobile or on a tablet, it sometimes puts your mobile name in or your tablet name in there. So if you could type in there your full name, because having the name iPhone 9 is probably not going to be very helpful to know who you are. So if you could type in your full name. If it doesn't give you that option, once you're in the room, if you click on the three dots in the top right hand corner of your login and rename yourself, that'd be very useful. So if you could use your full name when logging in. During the training course or presentation, I will be muting you and unmuting you on and off so that we can just cut out all the background noise that may be happening. So, you know, people shuffling pages and drinking coffee and coughing and sneezing and all that kind of stuff. We need to kind of shut that off because it interrupts the presentation or training course. And it interrupts me talking, so you won't be able to hear me talking. So I will be muting you and unmuting you. If you do need to talk, you can unmute yourself, say what you need to say, and remute yourself. During the training course, we sometimes break out into breakout rooms or into groups. And when I do these breakout groups, I will give you a bit of instruction of what you need to do. And what we will be doing is doing things like sharing a screen. So I'll choose on somebody who can be the scribe. We'll ask them to share their screen and select a whiteboard and take some notes. But we will look at how that works a little bit later on in this tutorial. And just be aware that the internet can cause problems. You know, if you have bad bandwidth on your internet, or your Wi-Fi is not working very well, or any other reasons why your bandwidth of the internet's not working very well, it will interfere with the presentation or the training. If for any reason you are really unable to do the training because of that, please let me know. And if you do need to leave the room because of that, also please let me know. So to start with, we're going to look at what it looks like on a PC or laptop. Now, our recommendation is to use a PC or a laptop when doing training, particularly because of the size of the screen and the sound and using the speakers within a laptop. But you can use a tablet as well, particularly if it's like a 10-inch tablet. But we don't really recommend using a mobile phone, and you'll see later on why that will be. But a mobile phone would probably be too small screen to actually do the training courses in Cedar Tree, but not impossible. So this is what it will look like when you log into the Zoom meeting for the first time. Obviously, it won't be my picture, it'll be your picture. And you may see my picture next to it, depending on how you've got it set up. This is basically what it will look like, and with these icons along the bottom here. Sometimes they're not there immediately, you just have to go down to the bottom of the screen and they pop up. So let's talk through these icons. So the first one is the mute icon. So basically that is to mute and unmute your microphone. There's your microphone there, and it's muting and unmuting your microphone. As I said earlier, it's best to have, if you're not actually talking, to have your microphone muted so it doesn't interfere with whoever's talking at the time. And particularly in big groups, which we may have in training, if everybody has their microphone unmuted, it really does interfere with the training. So keep it muted. Click on the chevron here, it pops up a screen which will look similar to this, and you'll be then to have to select the microphone that you're using. I have a few microphones that I could use. At the moment I'm using the Yeti microphone, but there's the one that's built into the laptop, and there's another one built into my web camera here. And you can also select the different types of speakers that you have. Here you can also test your microphone and speaker. So if you are having problems, you can click on this bit here and it'll bring up a screen to test your microphone. So moving along, this is your video. So if you are using a video camera, this is to start and stop your video camera. And again, clicking on the chevron here will bring up a screen to select the different video cameras that you have. So I've got an external one here and I've got one on my laptop too that I can swap between. And you can set your video settings. Virtual background, bit of fun. It's not great really, particularly if you're using a very low grade laptop or tablet. It looks a bit like this screen over here. There's a picture of me and it's put a background in for me, but more a bit of fun. I wouldn't suggest using it within the training. Participants, basically exactly what it is how many people are in the Zoom room. And depending on how the setup is set, you may or may not see how many people are in the room here. And if you click on it, you may or may not have the ability to have a list of everybody who's in the room and whether they've got their camera or microphone on. Most of the training courses with Cedar Tree, you won't have that option. We then have the chat button. If you click on that, it will pop up a window like this where you can then send a message to everyone in the group or just me or into individuals. And again, this may be set up in a certain way where you can only send it to everyone in the group or to me directly and not to individuals. Reactions. So if you're really enjoying the training or want to show your appreciation for it, you could click on this button here and it shows you things like an applaud. To give you an applause, you can show a little pop up an applause or a thumbs up to say, yes, I really like that, or it's really good. Or the hands up, and the hands up is basically, I want to ask a question. And what will happen is a little icon will appear in the top left-hand corner here, and I will know that you want to ask a question. Now, if we've got multiple people in a room, I may not always see that. So maybe use the chat function instead, if you want to ask a question. And if I'm in mid-presentation or talk, I still may not be able to answer that because there is just one of me. Now moving over to this bit, guess what that one does? Yep, who knew? It's leave the meeting. So you can leave the meeting using this button here. Moving up to the top here, so we've got the option of gallery view. So at the moment we are in standard view, which is just the one picture here. And gallery view, if we click on it, gives us multiple pictures. So if there's multiple people in a room, it will show us everybody that's in the room. And with their video cameras on, we'll be able to see them in there. If they don't have a video camera on, it will just be a black square with their name in it or maybe an image in it. And you can swap back and forth with those two things. Over here, we have the full screen mode. So it's basically just putting the whole, what you're looking at into full screen mode. So there's a slight difference when using Zoom on a mobile or tablet, and this is what it will look like. So very similar to what we saw before with the icons below here, or options below here. The only difference being is the leave button, leave meetings up top here, but also there's this really important one here, particularly for mobiles, where when you first log in with a mobile, it will use the standard phone sound, so the earpiece sound. So as if you're on a phone call and you have to put the phone up to your ear, that's what the sound you'll get. So it'll be very, very quiet if you're doing like a video, looking at a video, and you won't be able to hear the sound very loudly. So you just touch the screen and click on this option here, and it will swap between the standard earphone sound to the loudspeaker sound. And then again, you can turn the volume up and down to as loud or as quiet as you like. But it's really important you do this on a mobile, and some tablets need to do this as well. We would suggest that for tablets and mobile phones and some PCs and laptops that you use earphones anyway, just to cut out any other background noise that is there, and also to just be able to hear the person speaking. So we would just suggest doing that. And this option here, so on a mobile, it's swapping between the front and back cameras. Okay, so also with a tablet and phone, remember what I was saying about having the gallery view and the standard view. So gallery view gives you multiple pictures of everybody in the room. Standard view is just the one picture. On a mobile and most tablets, to do that, what you need to do is swipe the screen like so, and it will then give you the gallery view and vice versa to go back to standard view. Just to point out, with a mobile, you'll have up to 4 images. So if there are 5 people in the room, you'll need to click on a button over here to see the next person or the next people. Mobile has 4. Oh, sorry, let's go back a bit. Mobile has 4 images. A tablet can have up to 10 images, and a laptop can have up to 25 images. So if there are more than that many people in the room, you just click on the button that will appear here. As I said, we will, most of the time with our training, we will do breakout rooms. So we'll send people into a breakout room. These breakout rooms are totally random. So if there's like 10 people in a session and we break out into 2 rooms, there will be 5 people in a room. And that will be a total random access, putting people into rooms. And they will look something like this, similar to what we had the screen before. Once you're in a room, I may ask you, one of the people in the room, to become a scribe, to actually take notes of what's being discussed in the room. So I may ask you to come up with ideas about a particular subject. And to do that, I want you to, the scribe, to click on this one here saying share screen down the bottom here, which will bring up a window like this. Then select whiteboard, which looks like this, which will then look like this. This is the whiteboard. So we can do all kinds of things on this whiteboard. We can do text, draw, put squares in, all kinds of images and stuff in there. But for a course like this, I would like you to click on this one here, which is the text. Click on the text, like so, and it gives you an option to then type a list of things in. So let's say I'm wanting you to come up with the top 10 things on a subject, and then you would put the text in here and write those things down. At the end of the breakout room session, I will then come into the room and grab that information and bring it back to the main room, and we can all then discuss it as a whole group. As I say, if we are doing this training and we're doing something like this, I'll explain this again when in the middle of the training. So that's the end of the tutorial. If you don't have Zoom installed on your laptop, PC, tablet or phone yet, then here is the Zoom, the URL to get to it, the link to get to it, and download the software. Looking forward to seeing you on the training course. Thank you. Bye-bye.